Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter.
Welcome back to the channel. Let's get diving.
Who you had sex with? Curtis?
Diddy is the diddler.
Yeah.
Who is the joker?
The Jigger Man.
I had to see what Two-Face is. So wait, so let me ask.
No. So 50 is the penguin on a dive.
No, he's mine.
Curtis? Hopefully not at Coco Pele.
Damn.
I got somebody looking for you there.
Damn.
I know you're tight, Curtis. You gonna fall for one of my niggas real soon. See if you figure out which one.
So
I had somebody watching your ass the second you came down to the clerk's office. This book. Why did 50 Cent run around talking to every independent white business owner that I went to and talked to and told them about me wanting to run for mayor? Why did you go and buy them all off, Curtis?
wait, so you did a PSA on Curtis about him and Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
On the cover of,
Yeah.
you kind of poking the bear there.
I'm not poking a bear. I'm saying that he's a stone. And I've spoken to 2 men he's lived in sales with. Who you had sex with. Curtis? So, no, I'm not saying allegedly. And you know it.
I'm gonna do my Pierce Morgan and say he's not here to defend himself. So
No.
we're gonna work.
And neither is his asshole. I'm over Curtis. I'm over Curtis.
All right. That's the first time I have ever heard that about 50. I'm not gonna say anything. But what are your thoughts there? She's saying now allegedly. I'm not saying a damn thing on that matter. But I'm bringing her to you. You let me know what you think.
Because the only reason he's kissing up to Jay-Z right now, trying to manipulate the circumstances of what's supposed to happen at the Super Bowl. See, Diddy's in jail. Jay-Z's used to having a wingman. You think it's going to be you? Now, everybody knows in the backdrop, Sean Carter, that you promised the South that the next time the Super Bowl came through, it would be a Louisiana affair. And then when Diddy goes and gets into trouble and you need to convince the white people you're still in control, you bring Kendrick Lamar, who we already know you don't like for the way he embarrassed you on Don't Kill My Vibe, the remix. But we also know you got ties in TDE, Sean Carter, and you got a switch on top. I know that. I know that for a fact. Just like why you keep having artists that want to jump off of high places. Shout out to Ab Soul.
Oh.
What was her name? Amori Joe?
Oh.
That woman threw herself from a control tower and impaled herself with spikes right before she was about to sign the TDE. And her fiance, Ab Soul, threw himself off the freeway out of grief and survived. Why are all of the artists at TDE so unhappy? You got some of the best artists in the West there. Why did Kendrick Lamar feel the need to leave and start his own? And why is he able to release more records now that he's not at TDE?
So
Interesting.
let me ask you, as you're on this topic,
I'll tell you one thing, Curtis Jackson, you are a setup king. And I promise you this, any little nigga that you're enlisting to go down to New Orleans and start trouble during the Super Bowl, that will stop. That will stop. I'm sick and tired of you. And the truth is, they only like you for your money.
let me ask you, Jack, on a surface level, you're saying that Kendrick being in the Super Bowl versus, let's say, Wayne, which was like a shoe-in for the
I
city.
would already be a trillionaire by now. Because the shit that I am and the shit that I can do, the level that I could have gone to if I was down for the cruelty, well, Jay-Z would be afraid of me because he'd be waiting for me to set him up like he set up everybody else.
Oh.
I'm smarter than all of these people and they know it. But
what do you have to lose? Like, what do you have to lose? If
my
this
son's legacy. My son died because he was my son.
Can you speak on that?
Sure.
Like you said, it was your son. He died because of
He
your
was
legacy.
targeted because he's my son.
Like more.
He was working on his EP. I bought Philadelphia for him so he didn't have to sign to a company because I knew what it was going to do. He interned at Rock Nation. And they approached him to sacrifice me. He got caught up in a case. He went into the system. And then when he got out and got to the halfway house, I moved us here. I saw his death when he was 19. I moved us here to stop it, to prevent it, to avoid it. Right. And it happened anyway. And see, that's when I knew that Kanye's mom, Kanye would have never wanted Donda dead. Not even by natural causes. I was happy when he finally accepted it. Because they sacrifice your loved ones, whether you agree or not. See, sometimes you agree and they put you in position, you know, but sometimes you disagree and they take them anyway to show you what the harm is. You know, it's Giovanni. His death is why I do what I do.
And that's one thing I want to ask, Jack. Because that triggered something in you at the time that happened, do you feel if he was still with us today, that this crusade you're on?
He's with us right now.
Exactly.
He's walking with me on this every step of the way. I don't understand why people rely on science to disprove God, but won't believe it when they have the evidence in their face. Energy does not die. It doesn't dissipate. It only transfers. We don't lose anyone. We lose access to them physically. Spiritually. They're still here. They're still around. See, we don't want to believe in spirituality because spirituality holds us accountable for our choices. We were talking about this a little earlier.
Right.
About how the devil tricked everybody into believing that he wasn't real so they wouldn't realize they were being possessed by him. See, if it was all you chose it, then there's no one else to blame but me. But you remember there used to be an old saying, the devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. We don't hear people say that anymore.
Right.
No, we just hear mental health. Mental health.
Yeah.
Mental health. Mental health. Why is it that we live in a spiritual realm filled with nothing but pure magic created by God and we don't want to acknowledge it?
Wow.
Why do we not believe?
Yo, so Jag laid down some awesome truths there, especially when the spiritual. And the greatest trick that the devil has played on mankind is to fake his existence. People think that those who are demonically possessed or spiritually afflicted, that it's a mental health issue. But no, it has always been a spiritual one.
Oh, there is.
Let me ask you this. If you were to name who you think is next on the chopping block, because I believe there's a chopping block and there might be.
Oh, there is. Sean Carter. They're trying to avoid him. I'm going to make sure they can't. I have a total of 9 witnesses that are about to start coming forward. I'm going to walk them one by one. But the things that these people have to tell and the video evidence and the recordings that they have. Yeah.
Wow.
It's worse than Diddy. So
Worse than Diddy. Wow.
And a lot of psyops, a lot of psychological operations being ran on employees, mothers of secret children, interns that refused to sign non-disclosure agreements. Their lives were literally blown to smithereens. I was lucky to survive him. Aaliyah wasn't. Beyonce wanted. She wanted what he was selling. She is the perfect example of what happens when you don't want to be yourself. She can't sing, but they got her a microphone and let her pretend.
So
She was an okay actress, but, you know, she was good at acting. She'd been doing that all her life. J-Lo is just, I don't know. Every man she's been with has said the same thing, except for Diddy. Diddy's the only one that said she was a great girlfriend and how he wish he hadn't messed it up. How is that the only man in her life that had regrets about their relationship and everybody else ran for the hills? Like, it's not nobody noticing that. That everybody else that's left her, oh, she was too this, she was this, she was that. But Diddy said she was perfect.
Maybe she was meant for a melody.
What happens if you're only perfect for the devil?
God.
What the fuck does that make you?
Damn.
Where is Tyson Beckford right now? And why is nobody talking about how after his stint at Russell Simmons and Diddy parties in the Hamptons, he went into pure drug addiction and now it's just disappeared. He's not acting. What is Tyson Beckford doing? He was one of the biggest figures in the modeling world. Matter of fact, we see a lot of supermodels that keep coming and going and coming and going. And there's just a few that stay. What of the women? Naomi Campbell is something special for a dinosaur. I'm still trying to figure out how she managed to get Ghislaine in jail and she's still walking around.
So, true story, I met Tyson when I was much younger and he was up and coming. We were in New York in South Street Seaport. That's way downtown Manhattan near the harbor. But, anyways, he was totally cool. He was dope. I was about like 13 at the time, but he was so cool. We talked and he went his way. But what happened to him? I have been wondering that for so long now.
Hear so many people say you are only hip to the shit that you hip to. You know what I mean? Which is why you hear so many people say they went to Diddy parties and they felt like something was off and decided to leave, or they got invited to another room and they decided to go because they felt like it wasn't right, or whatever the case may be. These motherfuckers is literally walking in there not thinking. Seriously. Like, but the thing is, they were still willing to take the chance to go because everybody's been hearing these whispers. Where is Tyson Beckford right now? And why is nobody talking about how after his stint at Russell Simmons and Diddy parties in the Hamptons, he went into pure drug addiction and now it's just disappeared. He's not acting. What is Tyson Beckford doing? Jamie.
What do you know about Jamie Foxx being poisoned? What have you heard anything about that? Or do you know anything about that?
I have no doubt that Diddy did it, especially considering that Jamie had just started exposing what was happening at these Diddy parties. I know that Jamie and Diddy carry a lot of secrets between them. And the truth is, if Jamie was ready to start talking, I can see why they wouldn't want him to be a witness.
I hear he went to the feds already.
He did. That's true. I'm going to say this to everybody that has any attachment to any of those Diddy parties, any of the transferring and all of the other illegal stuff. They're calling the Combs Enterprise a criminal organization. They're pressing RICO charges. That's because they already know there are going to be other co-conspirators charged. It's always better with no witnesses. Period. If you're not a co-conspirator, you're a potential witness. What was allowed to happen to Whitney and Michael and Prince was disgusting. It was terrible. It was awful. And all of the people who signed up to help these nasty campaigns, and I'm going to say this right here and right now, what you did to Monique Oprah was terrible. But what you did to the legacy of Michael Jackson was 10 times worse. To sit there to pretend to be his friend on camera. But I mean, you kind of did the same thing with Luther Vandross when you humiliated him on his deathbed. When you brought everyone into his hospital room so that they could see him at his weakest, at his most awful, at his most terrible, and then do nothing to support his legacy or his catalog when he passed away. That's the kind of friend you are. But what you did to Michael Jackson and his legacy, after those boys had already recanted the story and forced to say that he had done something to him, then you want to bring them back to encourage them to say the opposite, to hurt the auction. Like you're beyond a culture vulture. You're beyond that. Has anyone even asked her to explain what happened to all of those girls that went missing in that school in Africa? Like she gets away with a lot.
One time you going to jail. Yeah. Now I'm gonna ask you one question before we get out of here. One question. I just audience for one question. Now I know that I'm your son. No, but my brother, he not here no more. if you was outside that place,
Yeah.
and you start throwing dust in my brother on blood,
Mm-hmm.
what's happening with that?
Exactly what did. It's now closed.
Now, that I'm saying, what did that mean to you when you was throwing my brother's bones in powder form? Like
It was me.
yeah, I'm saying, blood,
It's
but why
still
you
me.
why you threw his shit? Well, what did that mean to you when you throw my family member shit?
I'm gonna put it to you this way. If I explain it here,
No, I'm saying, I mean, we all watching. I'm not asking for
if
no.
I
but
explain it here,
come on, let's do it. Cause I'm telling you,
you don't want me to do
nigga,
that.
you threw dead ashes of my little baby brother all over these niggas.
Sure,
I'm asking you why you wasted my nigga all over everybody.
Oh, that wasn't a waste.
So what is that? Is it voodoo?
Are you sure you want
I'm dead ass serious, cause that's my nigga.
Cause
So,
there's
cause
certain
I'm his little
languages.
brother, but I'm his little brother though.
there's certain
But I'm his little brother. But I'm his little brother though. Blood, you
You
tripping.
don't want me to speak that.
Bro, I'm asking you. We
You
all
don't want me
watching.
to speak
We all watched you do it. What does that mean when you throw some shit
This
on
is the
somebody
thing.
like that? If I'm dead and you and it's like Orlando Brown being dead, Jaguar, and you dig in a bag and you throw Orlando Brown all over somebody. What
My
does that
question
mean?
is this. What does it mean to you to ask?
Because that's my brother. I'm your son.
Got that. And yet, what does that mean to you to ask?
That's my brother.
And show me where his bullet holes were.
Well, you gotta
Show me where
they're in
no,
the
no, no.
ashes.
Show me where his bullet holes
I saw
were.
you screaming.
Show me where his bullet holes were.
I seen you screaming.
Where was he
I
shot?
seen them pull you out the car. Talking about your is in a U-Haul.
You want to know what's
Nigga,
interesting?
get the out of here. Period.
You want to know what's interesting?
Nigga, ain't nothing interesting, nigga, when my mama screaming about some her shit in a U-Haul and you had to go out there and you threw your shit out there like this on their face.
And now I do.
So why you do it? Why you throw my brother?
I got somebody that wants to talk to you. And I think you should talk to them.
Yeah, man. On my mama. On everything.
Do me a favor.
Mama, I'm telling you.
Do me a favor.
It's not gonna happen. They can't call you crazy. They
Do me a
arrested you.
favor.
I was finna pay your bail.
Did you?
Bro, nigga, nah, I couldn't because they wouldn't let me.
Why not?
They told me they had it.
Why not?
They wouldn't let me do it.
Why not?
They wouldn't let me do it. I called them at 4:03 in the morning. Everybody over here. I called him. And he was like, nah, nigga, we got
why
this.
not?
But my nigga, I'm asking why you throwing the ashes and if they asking us to look stupid.
I'll tell you. Come here. Give me your hands. Come closer.
All right, that's enough.
Okay. With that being said, Orlando Brown, Jaguar Wright.
Cool.
Blessings. Just like that.
All right. What? I wonder what Jag told Orlando Brown. Yo, after she whispered in his ear, his whole demeanor changed. From being so hyped and loud to he was like, all right, let's just end this interview. I have never heard that segment before about, Jag's baby or her son and the ashes. If any of you know any information on that segment, please let me know. All right, let's keep diving.
He finally did. He went wrong when he went against that liquor company, and he demanded that for all of his evil deeds, he finally be considered an equal partner. He forgot his skin color. It doesn't matter how many white men you lay with, you're still black in America. And you don't get to call those boys out. See, people aren't really looking at when Diddy's troubles started happening. He became vulnerable with that lawsuit with that liquor company when he demanded an equal share. Kind of like how when Bill Cosby, after all the money he made for NBC, he demanded his equal share. And then here come all the stories and all the lawsuits. It's always the same game. They don't do anyone different. You step out of line, They wrap your hand. I think what the elites really didn't count on is that once they wrapped his hand, that he was going to be there to gouge him on the side. Because people have been waiting for Diddy. They've been waiting for their piece. And then you have the opportunist, like your so-called best friend, who has like this odd habit of making friends and making memories and making money and making victims with people, and just keeps on sliding away in their demise and then assuming all of their power and control. And I'm talking about Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter has been very not so a good friend in the Diddler's downfall. He's been very delinquent, and now all of a sudden he's demanding in-person visits and he can't get them. I wonder why. Sean Combs and Sean Carter are both government informants and have been. They know they do these things. They know they've been doing these things. See, they were just never supposed to get caught out loud, where they, the police can't just cover it all up.
So yeah, Diddy and Carter, they're both informants. Some believe that Jag and Orlando Brown and Cat are informants. I have seen that theory running around, circling the internet. But, we will have to dive down some more rabbit holes to see whether or not that's true. But anyways, she's still spitting out truth bombs. Let's keep diving.
This will be exposed.
I mean, when I walk in, I definitely take pride in being the originator of the preparation of the sex. Little things that I personally like. A lot of ladies, they just, so if you don't have what they need, they're going to leave.
Right.
Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you got to tell him no. You got to tell him no. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
First video of a Diddy party is now circulating on the internet. You can see Kevin Hart co-hosting the party.
Matter of fact,
we see Listerine, but only God knows what's really inside. As we know, some of the baby oil bottles were filled with narcotics.
we're going to have a contest. We're going to have a contest. We're going to get our breath first, because your breath is stinking sometimes. And we're going to go back and forth. Uh-oh.
First of all, make sure my mic is on. Before I begin into trash and Diddy, I'm going to acknowledge him on a special day. I bought the album. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask you for nothing.
No, you didn't.
I didn't ask you for nothing free.
Yes.
I downloaded it. I didn't go to the store because I'm lazy.
I thought you said you bought it. You ain't say you downloaded it. Get your story right. You downloaded it. You lying. You lying. You lying. You're lying. He's lying. You didn't even buy it yet.
Listen.
He's lying.
Listen.
Yo, come in here, man. Come in here, man.
I'm not.
Hey, yo.
Listen.
Yo, come in here. No homo. We're gonna get some ladies in here though, but we're gonna make sure our breath is fresh.
No, say pause.
Pause.
Don't acknowledge it.
Pause.
Nothing
This
to
ain't got nothing to do.
Nothing to do with being puff right now.
Hold on, let's get some ladies in here. There's nothing to just bypass all that.
Put the kid past the fence. No, I'll go first.
No.
It's a movement. I'll definitely go and take a swig of Listerine.
It's real. You the comedian, so go light on me. Tonight's my night. Don't kill me.
No, I'm definitely gonna kill you. Right now, start off. Like I said, it's your day. You got a lot of people walking around with dirty money.
Yeah, I want to say I'm sorry.
No, dude, listen.
Okay, security. Please help me out a second.
Okay, listen. First of all, if you don't get this,
We see Diddy's giant bodyguards always following him. Keep that in mind.
You got a taser? Listen. I thought he really had a taser. Let's go in and let's
Hey yo, check it out. We getting so much money out here. I don't really feel secure. So, no homo, but I'm taking big white people with me everywhere. Big white people with guns is coming with me everywhere. I'm just telling you now, I'm not going nowhere.
The security guard's not supposed to let Hey, yo, we getting the party started. Hey, yo, tell them what it's gonna be like. I gotta talk to Cat. We'll talk to him right now. Listen. Sweetie, can you bring my drink?
The way Kevin says he is taking a sip seems like he needs to prove them that he is really drinking what they give him.
I'm gonna take it. No, that Listerine is definitely not good. It's gonna take a second. It's gonna take a second to be good. Bottom line, I'm in the nigga house, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna walk around and I'm gonna show y'all the unexclusive. See, it's shit in here that he don't want y'all to see. I'm gonna find it. That's what I do. That's what happens when we put a comedian in the room. But right now, look, I'm gonna give y'all a second, tour around, figure out what's going on, enjoy the house the same way I am. I'm gonna go drink this, because I done fucked my mouth up with this goddamn Listerine. Cheers to you.
There is a video where one of the girls' hair starts to burn, but I cannot show this video here. Seems like they are having the fun of their lives.
Doing what I do best. Oh, shit! Oh, did the camera catch that?
Where they kind of initiation, commencement, whatever it is, where they really scrutinize you and they hear your voice and they see you and they interview you and they decide.
Well, this year I think I'm just going to keep it simple. I do these elaborate things every year. I go, all over the place. I do, it's always so busy. So I just wanted to keep it real. I think I'm going over to Puff Daddy's house.
Really, that's just a nice sort of chestnuts roasting.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful. Nice atmosphere there.
Amazing. Bing Crosby playing.
Can you get us in?
Get Bill Cosby.
I don't know.
I
Who
don't
knows?
know. Bing Crosby, Bill Cosby.
No one knows anymore.
I get mixed up.
The gold juice that I will live forever and I'll have whatever I want. The gold juice. You never offered the gold juice?
No, I'm a scumbag comic. What's the gold juice?
I don't know, but I didn't drink it and I didn't want it. And
is this
I noticed when all the girls, certain girls on Orange, changed. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's like a real thing.
A shocking interview with Jim Carrey just surfaced where Jim warned us about Diddy and the depraved Hollywood rituals that made him walk away from the industry for good. Jim hinted at some bizarre, almost cult-like behavior in Hollywood, and Diddy and his freak-offs are just the tip of the iceberg. And according to Jim Carrey, this wasn't a one-off thing. He believes there's something much bigger going on in the entertainment industry, and that these freak-offs are just a small part of something much more sinister. Over the years, Jim's made some cryptic comments in the interviews on social media, hinting that there's a side of Hollywood that the public never sees, and it's apparently involving all kinds of sick and twisted rituals. So what exactly did Jim Carrey say about Diddy's parties, and what are these dark rituals he's really talking about? Let's get into it.
When they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things and, look at them trying to
The ongoing drama around Diddy and his alleged crimes has sparked a major backlash against Hollywood, and fans are calling out celebrities for staying silent all these years because basically they're accusing him of being complicit in all these horrors we've heard in the Diddy law.
Jim Carrey has been spitting truths for a while now, and he left the Hollywood scene. He was tired of it. He came back to do Sonic, but he has been trying to warn us. But Jim has been trying to warn us for years. And Britney Spears. We need to do we're going to do a deep dive on Britney because there's a lot there. Do you remember the hashtag Free Britney? We're going to do a deep dive on that. All right, that wraps up another one for the HFC podcast. Jag said a lot there about Sean Combs, Sean Carter, 50, and Jamie. Everyone, this is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. I am just a random person on YouTube doing a reaction to what Jag is saying. But I don't want to get canceled, even though I may get canceled. But thank you for being here with me today as we do this deep dive. Until next time, HFC out. Peace.